So in last class, I had told you about enterprise structure, right? So I have a scenario here. See, I'll read out the scenario to you. So please tell me how you are going to put the organizational objects into the enterprise structure. Okay. The scenario is like this. X Limited, okay, is a manufacturing company. They are into manufacturing of cars. The most popular car with them are car A and car B. So they have branches in Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and they have departments like production, finance, and administration. So can you put all these organizational objects into enterprise structure? So can you tell me what are the organization object that you can locate here?
Can I try?
Come again. Come again.
Gandharva, can I try?
Anyone can try. This question is open for everyone, right?
Okay. First, we need to create a company as X Limited.
Okay, that's correct.
And then
company will be X Limited.
X
Okay, I want everyone to participate. Okay. Then.
And then create company code.
Okay, company code will be
as per the location, like so Bangalore and Mumbai.
Okay. Mumbai and Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So then we need to create a functional area. Functional area is come to finance and administration production.
Okay. Functional area. Functional area is here. Finance. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, it's finance. Finance, production
and administration.
And admin. Okay.
And then create business area. So business area is like car A and car B.
No, business area is not car A and car B. What is, can anyone tell me what is the business area exactly here?
Oh,
business area is administration branches.
Branches is done already. See?
Car only. Business area is car.
Okay. So business area will be your manufacturing. That is, it can be car also, right?
Yeah.
And then what else we have?
Then segment.
Segment. So what are segments?
Car A, car B.
Okay, car A and car B, right? So these are segments. So this is how you have to define the enterprise structure. The reason why I gave this activity is because in interview, not every question will be a direct question. Sometimes they might ask you an indirect question as well. And this is one of the indirect question that you might get. Okay, so the ideal way to handle this kind of question is you have to know the concept, know what is a company, what is company code, what is functional area, what are assigned into those, right? So if you are aware of this, then you can easily crack the interview. Okay, so don't learn only what is company code. You have to also learn practical application of company code, where it is applied, how company code is created, right? So these things you have to know. So just by telling this is company code, it will not work. Okay, if they ask you an indirect question, you will not be in a position to answer. So the ideal way to handle this question is make a short notes, maybe like one liner or two liners. Okay, for each and every topic we discuss, and then quote an example. Okay, now if you take company code, take an example for that so that you will remember that in a long run. Okay, and once in like a week or two, keep refreshing those topics, because we have lot of topics to learn. So by the end of the course, you will not be in a position to remember everything, right? So that is the reason I'm telling you, make a short notes with examples so that you will be in a position to answer this kind of questions. Okay. Okay, give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, then we'll continue. So we are done with enterprise structure. So today we are going to take up a new topic, that is chart of accounts. Okay, so let us understand what is chart of accounts. Okay, so chart of accounts are nothing but prerequisites. Okay, so chart of accounts are nothing but a prerequisite for creation of general ledger. Whenever you want to create a general ledger, you need to have a chart of accounts. Under this chart of accounts only, we are going to create GL accounts. Okay, so under chart of accounts only, we are going to create GL account. So what does the chart of accounts contain? Chart of accounts will have the language, which language you have to create the GL, and the length of the GL. Length of the GL is nothing but, now let us say your GL account will be only 8 digit or 10 digit, that will be defined in chart of accounts. Remember this. And then we have group chart of accounts as well. I'll explain you what is group chart of accounts also. But just remember, chart of accounts is nothing but a prerequisite to create GL account. And also you can maintain under chart of accounts, we are going to create the GL accounts. Okay. So that is what chart of accounts is all about. And there are three types of chart of accounts. One is operational chart of accounts. Okay. Country specific chart of accounts. And then group chart of accounts. Now let us understand one by one what is operational chart of account. Sorry guys, I got a call in between. So I was telling you about three chart of accounts. That is, one is operational chart of accounts, and then country specific chart of accounts, and then group chart of accounts. So let us understand one by one what are these chart of accounts. Now, firstly, we have operational chart of accounts. So what is the operational chart of accounts? Operational chart of accounts is nothing but, see, whenever you have day-to-day transactions, any expenses or any revenues that you are going to post on a day-to-day basis, like salary account, rent account, interest account. So on a day-to-day basis, you are going to post these accounts, right? So this comes under operational chart of accounts. So operational chart of accounts is nothing but the day-to-day transactions that we post into a GL are your operational chart of accounts. And when it comes to country specific chart of accounts, country specific chart of accounts, as the word itself says, so it is related to statutory requirement. If I have to tell statutory requirement, what do you understand by that? What is statutory requirement in finance? See, whenever you are preparing a financial reporting, what is the statutory requirement we have? So is everyone able to hear me?
Yes.
Gandharv.
Okay.
So accounting
So when
principle, account.
correct, right? Accounting principle, and then
Taxation.
taxation. So these are the statutory requirements, right? So when you are dealing with country specific chart of accounts, I'm sure everyone remembers that not every country will have the same statutory requirement. Agreed? So not every country will have the same statutory requirement, right?
Yes.
Statutory requirement going to differ from one country to another country. So to comply with that, so we are going to create country specific chart of accounts. Why we are going to create country specific chart of accounts? To comply with the statutory requirement of the country, we are going to create country specific chart of accounts. Okay. And then we have finally group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts is only used for reporting purpose, and we don't have any financial transaction that is going to directly post to group chart of accounts. Financial transaction should either post in operational chart of accounts, or it has to post in your country specific chart of accounts. Okay. So it has to be either of it. But in case of group chart of accounts, we are not going to directly post the transaction into it. But how the group chart of accounts will get the data? So that is through the operation. When you are creating operational chart of accounts, you have this option called as consolidation. So in this consolidation, we are going to assign the group chart of accounts. If you ask me a question, how group chart of accounts is created, the same way how we create operational and country specific, the same way we are going to create it. But only advantage is that for every chart of accounts, we are going to assign a group chart of accounts. So if you ask me what is the use of this group chart of accounts, let us say if you want the data of operational chart of accounts or country specific chart of accounts or a different chart of accounts other than this, right? For all those chart of accounts, if you assign group chart of accounts as same, so all these financial postings will go and sit into this chart of accounts. With that, we can pull the reporting. So it is only used for reporting purpose, but the financial postings are directly associated with operational or country specific chart of accounts. Is everyone clear on this? Any doubts you have?
Yes, I have a doubt, Gandharva.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Gandharva, a chart of accounts are by default in SAP were created, no? So why we are creating again this chart of account here in this company?
No, by default it is not created. So we are the ones who has to create it.
So whenever we creating the GL ledgers, no, that time we take that under this chart of account will take, no.
Correct. But what we are doing is we are doing a implementation project. So when you are doing implementation project from the scratch, you have to build everything.
Okay.
So chart of accounts also we have to do the configuration. If you don't do it, you will not be able to create a GL account under this.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions you have? Okay, I hope everyone is able to understand this.
No, Gandha, I have one question regarding this chart of account. So under the chart of account, we have a three types, right? That operational, then country, and group chart. So where when it's operational chart, we will posting the day-to-day transaction, and in country specific chart, we will used to comply with the
Statutory.
country
Yeah.
statutory requirements,
Ah,
no? And
correct.
in group chart of account, by using this, we
Mm.
will be export the data from operation or
Mm.
country specific. So for only for that purpose, we using the group chart of account, right?
Yes, yes, correct,
Yeah.
correct, right.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank
So you summarized everything correctly. So that's how it is.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Gandharva,
any other questions? Huh?
yeah, I have another question. Sorry about that. Here, length of GL account number you are given as a 6.
Six, correct.
Is this a nothing but a range, right? You are giving here over here.
So does anyone has the real-time SAP experience here? Anyone has worked in SAP? Maybe as an end user. If yes,
Yeah,
do let
myself.
me know. Okay, if you have worked, can you tell me how many digits your GL account has in your organization?
6 digits, Gandharv.
6 digits only. See, the GL account, the number of digits for a GL account will be defined by this. If I have to give you an example, if you see here, see all my GL accounts are 6 digits. Okay, so that is on that basis only I have used 6 digit here. So if you use 6 digit, you are supposed to create the GL account with 6 digits only. It cannot cross more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it always fixed, Gandharva? Like only
No,
six or
no, no, it is
12?
not fixed. No.
Okay.
So if I want, I can put it as 8 or 10 or 12. But I
Okay.
have been following as 6 for a long time. And in my previous organization, in my current organization as well, we use 10.
Oh, okay. So we need to define that
Yeah, we
those
need to
digits.
define that. So based on that,
Hmm.
the digits will come. Client will tell you.
Oh,
So let us create a six digit series or 8 digit series or a 10 digit series or a 12 digit series. It all depends on the client.
okay, Gandharva. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we'll move on. We are going to create the chart of accounts now. See, whatever I'm telling you, make sure you are making a note of it. Just like see, someone answered me everything, whatever I explained, right? So you will remember in this class, but when my class is done, definitely you might tend to forget that. But if you have a notes, if you have a habit of preparing notes, then definitely it is going to help you in long run. Because not everything I can give you whichever comes in interview. That is not practically possible. But in between, I'm going to share you these are important topics. This you will get in interviews. So this is how the interviewer might ask you a question. So those things, please make a note of it. OB13. And some of you might ask me the repeated question like, should we remember the T codes? No, absolutely not required. But you have to remember the concepts, whatever I'm going to teach you. Okay, so if they ask you like my GL account, I want to uh, change from 6 digit to 8 digit. How will you do that? So only if you understand the concept, you can tell them. So if you go to uh, creation of chart of accounts, there you can maintain the digits, right? So that's how you can answer. Or if you remember the T code, you can tell in OB13 we can do that. It's all up to you how you are going to handle the interview. Either you can quote the T code or you can quote the topic, right? So whatever you remember, you can tell them, but never tell incorrect T codes. Okay, because the interviewers will be knowing that. Okay, our company code is SIB, right? So let me check it once.
Yes, yes, same.
So I'm also creating chart of accounts as SIB only. Chart of accounts for Siemens. Okay. Maintenance language, see I'm selecting English. This is again depends on the client. Client is going to decide this. Okay. And here I'm going to update 6 digit, and here I'm not going to update anything here because we are not going to deal with group chart of accounts concept here. Okay, so I'll leave it blank. Save this. Okay, so this is done. So after this, so we are going to assign company code to chart of accounts. Okay, for that you'll have to go with the T code OB62. So let us go to OB62. Okay, see someone has blocked this. See earlier as I told you,
SM
just you go to SM12. Okay, put that user ID, search, and whatever he is doing, you can release him from that. Okay, so if you release him, now you can access the T code again, OB62. See, now I am able to. Okay, so I'll finish it within seconds. So again, that user can use this screen. But if he blocks for longer time, then it will be difficult for us, right? So that's why we are going to remove him from the screen. Now, what we have to do here is we have to assign the chart of accounts to company code. So for that, I'll go with company code as SIB, and here I am assigning the chart of accounts. My chart of account name is also SIB. So I am saving it. So in interview, you are going to get this question. How many chart of accounts you can assign for a company code? The answer should be one operational chart of accounts and one country specific chart of accounts. Okay, remember this. In interview, if they ask you how many chart of accounts can you assign to a company code, it should be one operational chart of accounts and one country specific chart of accounts. Okay, and they might ask you the other way around also. The other way around is like, for one chart of accounts, how many company codes we can assign? Can anyone try this?
2.
See, for one company code, it is only one chart of accounts. But for one chart of accounts, how many company codes you can assign? Anyone wants to try? It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. You can go with the guess.
2, I guess.
Okay, any other answers?
1.
Any other answers?
N number.
Correct. That is the correct, because we can assign many. So if you see here, see that I can assign for SIC also, I can assign SIB. Yeah, again, wherever I have the blank spaces here, everywhere I can assign chart of accounts. Okay. So remember, for one company code, we can assign only one chart of accounts. But for one chart of accounts, we can assign multiple company codes. Okay, this everyone has to remember. And in interview, they are going to ask you one more question, that is, where do you assign country specific chart of accounts?
Gandharva, I have one doubt. You
Yes.
told we can assign as many as possible there, but there is no limit, right? Only these much.
No, there is no limit. As
Oh.
many as how many company codes you have, for everything you
Okay.
can assign a same chart of accounts.
Okay, Gandharva, thank you.
Ah. So in an interview, they are going to ask you a question, where do you assign country specific chart of accounts? The answer is either you can quote a T code. In OB62, we have alternative chart of accounts. There you can assign, or you can tell them while assigning the company code to chart of accounts, we have an alternative chart of accounts option. There you can assign. So either of it. Okay, either you can quote a T code or you can directly tell the concept wise. But remember, this is where you are going to assign it. Okay, so now we got to know operational chart of accounts is assigned here and country specific chart of accounts is assigned here. But what about group chart of accounts? Where do we assign a group chart of accounts?
While creating chart of accounts, we have to enable.
While creating the chart of accounts in OB13, that is where we are going to assign the group chart of accounts. Okay, so you not only creation, you should also know where it is assigned. Okay, so that is how you will understand the complete concept. Okay, now I'll save this and we'll move on to next topic. See, the next topic is account group. Account group is one of the important topic in SAP. So with define account group, we can create the GL account in a uniform manner. So this is the concept I have taken up, that is for all liability accounts I'll start with one series, for all asset account I'll start with two series, all income and expenditure 3 series, all expenditure account 4 series. So this is how I am going to create the GL account. So basically with the help of account groups, we are going to set up the intervals for the GL account. Okay, so if you consider share capital account, it should be created within 1 lakh to 1 lakh 99. Basically, why we are doing this is because by seeing the GL account itself, if let us say you see a GL account with 1 lakh, by seeing that GL account itself, you will tell that is share capital account. Okay, so that is the purpose of creating these intervals in account groups, basically to have a uniform creation of GL. Okay, so to have a uniformity, we are going to create account groups. With the help of account groups, we can set up the intervals like this. So when you are creating the GL account, you have to make sure that you are using the right intervals. Let us say you will select this RSPL. Okay, account group as RSPL while creating the GL account, and you will update the GL account number as 1 lakh 1, right? So it will not take, because RSPL has the range from 100 100 to 100 199. Okay, so that's how it will help us to maintain the uniformity. So that is why your account groups concept is required. And what I have done is like to make the things easier for you, I have already taken all this information to Excel. So I'm going to share it to you. So you can make the changes accordingly and you can do the configuration. So now if you see here, I have the chart of accounts. I'll update as SIB and I'll change for everything. And then I'll go to OBD4. OBD4. Okay, here I'm going with new entries. So from here to here, I'll update, and then plus this one, depreciation. Okay, so if you noticed here, what I did not copy the first row. After that, from second column is what I took till 17. Okay, 18 also I did not take, because SAP has a limit. Okay, until here, until interest, you can copy and paste it. For depreciation, you have to separately copy and paste it, or else it will not come. So that's why I did that. Okay, so now that we have created account group, the account group Excel, I'm going to share it with you. So once you get it, you can also create it as per your chart of accounts. Okay, whatever the chart of accounts you have created, you just make the changes in the first row and then you copy and paste it. Make sure you are not copying this heading. Okay, if you copy that, you will end up in error. Okay, so leave this heading and copy the rest of the things and paste it in OBD4. Okay, so I've made things easier for you, so you follow the same. So now we are going to go with the last topic for today, that is retained earnings account.
Gandharv, I have a question in middle. you had saved those information in Excel, right? For that, any specific format which you use?
No, nothing. Normal format it is.
Oh,
There is no specific format. I'm going to anyway share the same Excel to you. So you can copy the same and paste it. But only thing is make sure that you are not using the same chart of accounts. If you are using the same chart of accounts, then it will throw an error because I have already created it.
yes, got it.
You have to make sure that you are adding the chart of accounts that you created. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So next is defined retained earnings account. Before we go to retained earnings account, so generally just tell me what we'll do with P&L balances during year end.
We will move that balance to balance sheet. Carry forward.
From
We are
P&L
going to
account to
move the balances from P&L account to balance sheet. Correct.
Balance sheet.
So that is what we do during the year end. But in SAP, they have given us a provision called as retained earnings account. So basically what we are going to do is during the year end, P&L account balance, we are going to make it zero, and all the balances we are going to move to retained earnings account. From retained earnings account, we are going to move to balance sheet. So this is the process that we follow in SAP. But generally, as I told you, from P&L account directly we are going to move to balance sheet. But here in this case in SAP P&L account, we are going to make it as zero, and then we are going to move the balances from P&L account to retained earnings. From retained earnings, it goes to balance sheet. So this is the process. Retained earnings acts as a bridge between P&L account and balance sheet. Okay, so that is the purpose of having retained earnings account. Here we are just setting up the retained earnings account. Actually, we are not dealing with any balances because we are in first stage of the configurations. Okay, once we start the postings and once the year end is completed, that is when we can do this activity. And this is a year end activity, remember. Okay, moving the P&L balances to retained earnings account, retained earnings to balance sheet, it is a year end activity. We are not going to do it in middle of the year or beginning of the year. It is a year end activity. Whenever the financial books of accounts are closed, that is when this activity will come in place. So now let us go to OB 53. OB 53 it is. Our chart of accounts is SIB. So P&L account, I'll denote it as X. X stands for P&L account. Okay. And then here's 100, that is the retained earnings account. Okay, that is nothing but your reserves and surplus account. 100 comes in this series only. Okay, so retained earnings account I am putting as 100. So if I try to save this, I'll get a warning. The reason being, so I have not created this GL account yet, but this is a mandatory configuration. Before creating a GL account, you need to do this. So that is why I'm completing this activity. When I try to save this, so you will get this error as account 100 not created in chart of accounts. So I have not created it. That is the reason I'm getting. But whenever you get a warning in SAP, always remember if you hit enter, the warning is going to ignore. Only in case of error, you cannot move forward. If it is a warning, we are absolutely fine. So just by hitting a enter, it is going to consider whatever we are going to save. So now I have successfully saved the retained earnings account. Okay, so I have created a retained earnings account during year end. So we are going to transfer the balances to this 100 account, and from there to balance sheet we are going to move. So that is the activity of retained earnings account. Okay, so till now whatever we have discussed, any questions you have?
Gandharva, under the PL and PL and statement account, you put it as X, right? Is that the
X
default
denotes
letter?
your P&L account. X denotes your P&L account statement.
Okay. Yeah, that is
here
default.
it is asking account, right?
Yes.
So for account I have put 100. Okay. So here it is asking P&L statement type. So P&L account it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Gandharva.
Hmm.
So this is the X you given this in real time also you are giving
Yes,
we are
it's X
supposed to
on.
give X
Yes,
only.
it will be either X or Y. So in real
Oh,
time also it is same.
okay, okay.
So in real time they'll have multiple accounts. So based on multiple P&L statements, they are going to denote it. But here we are going to use only one. Any other questions?
For enabling group chart of accounts, what we need to give there?
Come again.
The chart of accounts, the
Hmm.
third one, right? Group of chart.
Group chart of accounts. Yes.
Like we didn't know like what to give there in that box. Like is it yes or no? Like how it is going to enable while
No,
creating
here,
operational chart of accounts.
see, I'm not understanding your question. So are you asking
No,
about
while
written
creating
chart of?
chart of while
Ah,
creating that only we have to enable this one also, right?
I'm not getting it. What you are
Yeah,
saying?
while
Can you be a bit
creating
louder?
operational while
Okay.
creating operational chart of accounts,
Ah, okay.
can you go there
Ah, okay. I
and
have
create over there?
operational chart of accounts here.
What we need to give here in this one? Enable.
See, just like how you created a operational chart of accounts, you can create a group chart of accounts also in OB13. So that
Okay,
chart of accounts you are going to give here. Now I have ABB here. Let us say my group chart of accounts is SIB. I'll assign it here and I'll save it.
okay. We have to create first and we have to give that ID
Ah,
here.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
that
So you have to create first and then you have to give. So that's how it is.
got it. And one more thing, for remembering this transactions code, like T code,
See, I
is there any?
transaction code, I clearly told everyone. You need not remember the transaction
Oh,
code. See if
fine, fine. It's okay. Yeah,
ah,
please. Continue.
so as I told you, you need not remember the transaction code. But if someone asks you how do you create a chart of accounts? Okay, only at that time they are expecting T code. Generally, they are not going to ask you like that. So what is a chart of
No,
accounts if they ask? So
okay.
you can tell the concept.
Yeah, interview purpose, I got it. But suppose in future, if you want to, is there any
See, you
format like
have
how it is?
these are like available everywhere. Even if you go with Chat GPT or any other AI tools or Google search also, just update T code for chart of accounts in SAP. Okay, see you will get it. Not only this, anything you can get it
Anything?
in Google. So these are very much standard process it is.
I thought there will be a format for section wise. It will be okay. Then got you can search it.
No, there won't be like that.
Like,
So, anyways, I have listed section wise in your book, but in real time, it won't be. But if you go with the path, definitely you can see all this because if you see earlier, I had showed you enterprise structure, right? Just by going with SPRO, and if you select enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, if you will see all these details, right?
yeah. This
So that's how it is. You can go with the path also or T code also. So everything I've listed here, if you notice, you have the path, you have the T code. So either ways you can approach.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then with that, we'll conclude today's session and your next class will be on Thursday. I'll update you in the group. Okay. Bye, everyone.